Getting close. Just need to take my time. I guess what one thing can do, we can just delete it altogether. Hello, it's another day in the shop. Anyway, I've been racking my brains over the wiring. It's not my strongest point. I know basic wiring and stuff like that. As long as I know what wire is going to where and coming from where, then I can pretty much figure it out. So this is where I've gotten to so far. We'll get right into it. So right now, this is the original harness from the Briggs & Stratton. And I pretty much figured out where everything goes. So this gray wire right here, it goes around and it comes over to the carburetor fuel shutoff. Okay, this other engine did not have a carburetor shutoff. That's really the only one I'm scratching my head on. These, of course, are the magneto and the regulator. Those aren't too hard to figure out. I did watch a couple other videos, so I kind of have an idea that these are the wires that I need now. And this one's just kind of coming up and going down into itself, going down into both of these. So I know that if I follow one, I'm good to go. So I can follow this one right here. But if you look on the plug, itself, there's only the red wire, which is the bottom one. And so that's the only one, and you can see there's a little red on there. So that's the one I need, only one I need to worry about. And that's how that's working. The gray wire is coming through and it is connecting to this gray wire. The black wire is the spark shutoff, and that's how the engine shut off before. So that is not hard to figure out. That if I plug these two together, I can see the black wire that's coming from the spark, from the coil down here, is plugging into this bottom one, which is where this black wire. So that's my spark shutoff. So now here's the wiring coming from the chassis. This is the female or the male plug-in. When it's plugged in, I can see what color wires are going where. Now, if I take this over here, which I did cut it off of here, I can look and I can tell where this was plugged in at. Okay, I've got a purple wire. Right there is my purple wire, and if I follow it up, it goes right into this deal, which you could call it a relay or a regulator if you want, or whatever, but that is what the magneto or magnetos is connected to. The green wire, okay, that is going down and connecting to the fuel pressure solenoid. The white wire is going up to, if you follow it, there it is again, it is going up to the coil. So we know that's my shutoff. So if I plug it into here, okay, I know that that's my magneto regulator. So this wire is going to plug into that. I know that this is, or that this one is battery. So that's where my magneto shut goes to. This is my spark shutoff. Well, if I follow this black wire, again, the black wire is coming off from the shutoff, I can see that that's what this wire plugs into. So now I've got that figured out. Now, this engine has, okay, the green wire. If you see, you can see here's the carburetor fuel shutoff, and over here you can see that is my oil pressure solenoid. So it's running underneath, and it comes out over here. But on this end, it goes to nothing. And the reason that is because the unit didn't have a light, and all that goes to is basically a light with some power and stuff like that. That engine also had the sensor, which is this right here. So what I'm going to do is I got to cut the green wire, and I've got to tap it into that right there. So that way, because if I follow the green wire, it is coming around, and I'm following it, and I'm following it, and I'm following it, and as you can see, the green wire is right there, and it comes down to this beeper. And of course, the beeper is going back to here. And that is connecting over to power. Okay. So the one thing I just need to figure out is where I can connect the gray wire for the fuel shutoff, which is grounded out, okay, where I can connect this to, so that when I turn the key on, it opens this, so I'm getting fuel to my carburetor. Now I could just delete it, but because this is a sideways sitting engine, these have a tendency to just let fuel just kind of run all the way into the head, and then it hydrolocks and it just ruins the engine. Gets into the oil, takes out the bearings. So don't got to be a rocket scientist to know what can happen. All right, well, I don't know if I'll be able to get it all on film, but let me see what I can do. Okay, update. So I've got everything wired in, and then I ran that gray wire come through the wire loom, and I'm running it up here to this bung. Okay, and it should be on where the light is. So now I will clean this mess up, get everything organized, and see if possibly, I'll lower this down and see if possibly she will start. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this shutoff valve and see if any gas comes out. Just check it to make sure it's plugging and unplugging like it's supposed to. So first thing first is we will unplug it from the harness. Okay. And we'll go ahead. There we go. All right, so there's no gas coming out. Oh, yep, we got some gas coming out. All right, so don't look like it's, there we go. Now she's starting to work. So I'm thinking, yeah, she was stuck in the down position. We're gonna go ahead and clean her out real good. This is not one of those that plugs out to where you can get the spring, but spring seems a little bit weak. It does. Yeah, spring's pretty weak. I guess what one thing can do, we could just delete it altogether. Okay, so there was no fixing it. The spring was too weak. Piece isn't even that old. So what I ended up doing is I ended up cutting it off so it can't plug no more. All right, so I disconnected it, taped off the wire. Not too concerned about that. So I'm going to put in a regular shutoff valve, and that should help protect my system. Okay, fuel system shutoff is there. Real easy to use. Boom, boom. Okay, so we got that. Now, just put the rest of the unit back together. Here's something fall. All right, so we're looking for okay. Getting close. Just need to take my time. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get it down and put the wheels back on it. Let's see if she'll start. We'll turn the gas on. All right, well, pretty sure she's getting gas. It never goes the way you want. It looks like I got everything hooked up right. Okay. Well, at this point, we know she runs, so what I'll do is finish getting it back together, and I'll get it out of the shop here. And the reason I need to get it out of the shop here is because one of our old friends is back. That one right there. You'll remember in the last video, looks like it's got a bad drive belt too. See how it's kind of in bad shape too? So it looks like the drive belt is not too good as well. And that's exactly what happened. So the whole drive belt system is just junk. Don't know if you can see it, but down in there the belt is all off the pulleys and it's shredded. It's just a really bad design. And that you will see in the next video. Okay, well, the engine is installed, it's running. I couldn't ask for anything better on that. And now I've got to drive it out of here so I can make room for what's about to come. So if you like this video, like and subscribe, share, tell your friends, watch more videos. It sure helps. And I do thank you and appreciate you guys for watching. And I hope you liked it. And there'll be more to come. See you next time.